Good evening, Tumblr. Today I'm doing something different. I'm not doing a regular writing blog. I've been just writing like crazy lately just to get my emotions out. Tonight I'm doing something different. I'm doing a video blog to kickstart my new transition into adulthood, my midlife or quarter life crisis, I should say. And there's been a lot of changes, and I'm excited about some of them. Some of them I'll get excited eventually. I'm sure of it. For once, I started writing this blog when I was 21, and so, or 22, I believe, actually. And so making the change here because this blog is 3 years old. I'm looking for something different. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about happiness and what it can bring. I also learned about friendship. I learned that there's some great people out there and that are still there for me today. Kenesha, Susan, there's Cecilia, there's also my best friend, last but not least, Danica. There's also Myra, Kayla, and they're all there to help me throughout my life, as well as Tata. So I'm just remembering all these names. It's not in any particular order, but these are just people that have helped me through this heartbreak and have helped me become a better person. I know that I made mistakes, and I probably will continue to make them, but I know that they'll be there to support me through every decision, and will be there to guide me and be my light. And so I think that that's phenomenal. Along the way, I've also learned that sometimes life can have better plans that you set for yourself, especially because I was all about traveling and looking for ways to move, but I've been doing that, really. So I think that life has better plans, and I know that it'll continue to move me where I'm supposed to be. And that leads me to the next thing. I'm going to be moving out soon with two other girls, and the location's wonderful. I closed the door on my old roommate, but from here on out, I get to make my own decisions how I want to, and I think that this is a good decision that before the end of the month, probably in a couple of days, I'll be moving out to a new place. So I'm excited about that. That's definitely a good change because, I'll get to start over with and do things differently this time as well. That's something that I'm looking forward to, as well as starting a new position. So I have 3 jobs, and I think that this position will be a great fit for me. And I was observing recently about this case that I had, and the thing that's important to understand is that CPS comes in when parents do things that are not appropriate, and they do things that make them take away their children, their living, you know, family. And I think that I can't imagine how hard that is to lose a child, to lose your very own child. It's very alarming, but at the same time, these parents do their best to regain the child, to get them back. And I'm not just talking about them taking the child or anything like that. I mean, they look like they care. They look like they're being honest, and they look like they want to take advantage of all the time that they got. So I think that's something that I learned, that people can make all these mistakes, but in the end, love wins, and love trumps everything. That one will change for their child like no other. One will change for love. It's not necessarily for a child, but for someone. And I think that's beautiful. Not only that, the kids, they're very forgiving, and I think that's something that's very innocent, but still it takes a big person, a brave person, to be able to forgive, you know, such events that may have led or caused a child to not be with their parents. And I think that that's something beautiful that I learned today about life and about love. And I feel that I'm always learning new um, new aspects of love. Things aren't the same without my last boyfriend. Things are very, very different. But, I'm not gonna let those things bring me down, because in the long run I know that this is probably the best decision for me. I get to start things over, and I get to build those relationships. I also get to travel, and I get to help myself, or actually date myself, I should say, be more open, treat myself, fix myself, and I'm looking forward to doing that. It's not something that I planned, but you know, when life gives you or takes away something from you, you really want to change something about you. You just want to be a better person. You just want to go ahead and find new activities, find new avenues, and really make your dreams come true. So that's something that I'm learning, from this transition. And I know that just because I'm closing this door doesn't mean that everything's over. It just means that it's going to be different. And it's hard to imagine different, because I I really wanted this to work, but at the same time I know that I have a lot of flaws, and I know that being open is one of them. I think that if I can be open with myself, I can be open with anybody about everything. Not only that, being more confident. I feel like I am confident, but being able to be confident all the time, and not having any doubt in my mind. And I think that's something that I'm definitely going to fix about me, and I'm also going to fix a lot, but at the same time I know that it'll all be worth it, and that I'm going to move on, and look back on this as the time where I grew stronger for the right path. And so this is me saying goodnight, Tumblr, and I'll definitely do something different. Thank you. Good night.